Afternoon, Mrs. Lynch. My name is Kosi Wariobu.
Hello, Mrs. Lynch. My name is Anna Chavoya, and I'm on the pro side. We are here to present the pro side concerning whether political correctness should be required in the workplace at CVS Health.
Workplace culture is not defined by policies, but by what leaders allow. At CVS Health, we promote health, wellness, and care for all communities we serve. But how can we claim to care for our patients if we fail to care for our own employees? Language shapes culture, culture shapes performance, and performance shapes our company's success. This dilemma isn't about restricting speech, but about protecting professionalism in the workplace. We are currently facing a situation where a field manager, Bobby, whose behavior created discomfort among employees. He has used terms like broads when referring to women, sharing political opinions at work, and displaying professional holiday items in his office. These actions have raised concerns about professionalism, inclusivity, and the need for clearer standards around workplace conduct. The issue is whether CVS should set clear boundaries on workplace language and behavior to ensure a controlled, respectful environment that protects employees from discomfort and exclusion, or allow unrestricted personal expression even if it risks creating discomfort. We would like to present the following definitions. Political correctness is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as the avoidance of language and behavior that could offend particular groups of people. Business etiquette is defined by Indeed Career Guide to mean a set of professional manners and behaviors expected in the workplace that demonstrate respect, professionalism, and consideration for others. The framework for this decision should be based on legal compliance, including Title VII and EEOC standards, risk management and liability prevention, employee engagement and retention, brand reputation, and alignment with CVS's corporate values of diversity and inclusion. We affirm the resolution that political correctness should be required in the workplace. The course of action we suggest and will support is CVS Health implementing a political correctness and professional conduct policy that prohibits derogatory or discriminatory language, places restrictions on political and religious discussions during work hours, establishes inclusive holiday guidelines, and provides employees with training on respectful workplace communication.
Our first argument is employee inclusion and retention. Requiring political correctness in a workplace creates a respectful and professional workplace culture. And when employees feel respected, they perform better. Employee engagement research shows that inclusive workplaces have higher engagement and stronger retention. Studies from the Chartered Institute of Personnel Development link inclusion to higher productivity and lower turnover. Why does this matter? Because if there is frequent political debates, religious displays that exclude others, or derogatory language like calling women broads, it creates division and conflict among coworkers. Division weakens teamwork, and weakened teamwork lowers performance. CVS Health depends on collaboration and trustworthiness. The CVS Health team must work together to serve patients effectively. When employees feel uncomfortable or marginalized, it could create discomfort and tension in the workplace. Over time, that can lead to employees withdrawing from teamwork, avoiding communication, or even leaving the company altogether. Turnover is also expensive. Replacing employees can cost thousands of dollars in hiring and retraining, and not to mention lost productivity and time spent on onboarding new staff. High turnover also disrupts team stability, which is critical in a healthcare environment where being consistent and efficient matters. In addition, younger generations entering the workforce actively look for inclusive environments. If CVS fails to create that environment, it risks losing top talent from new generations to come. So, keeping a respectful, politically neutral workplace strengthens morale. Political correctness is not just about controlling beliefs, it is also about setting professional standards so everyone can succeed.
Our second argument is that requiring correctness protects CVS from costly lawsuits and liability. The evidence to support this is that the EEOC reports thousands of workplace harassment claims each year, and employers are held legally responsible for preventing discriminatory language and behavior in the workplace. Courts have also established that repeated offensive language can create hostile work environments, and gender-based derogatory terms, such as broads, can qualify as discriminatory speech. If employees feel targeted or marginalized, CVS Health could face harassment lawsuits, EEOC investigations, financial penalties, and a public relation crisis. This matters because not only are lawsuits costly, but they damage brand reputation. And as a healthcare company that serves a wide range of communities, CVS Health can't afford to appear exclusionary or insensitive.
Our third argument is brand reputation and values alignment. CVS Health publicly promotes equity and community care, but those values must be lived internally, not just advertised externally. If employees report harassment or discrimination and nothing is done, the company can risk legal consequences, negative media coverage, and it can damage a customer's trust. The EEOC defines harassment as unlawful when it creates a hostile work environment under Title VII. Employers can be held responsible if discriminatory behavior is not addressed. In today's world, reputation matters. Consumers support companies that show ethical practices, and investors are more likely to invest in a company that manages their reputation responsibly. In the age of social media, even one negative incident can quickly spread and damage a company's image. A single employee complaint can quickly go viral and influence the public perception of the company. Healthcare organizations depend on trust. Patients come from diverse backgrounds. They must believe they are respected, both as customers and as members of the community. If employees feel disrespected internally, it reflects in how they treat patients externally. This directly impacts the quality of care CVS strives to provide. A company cannot claim value inclusion if its workplace culture allows behavior that contradicts those values. That inconsistency weakens credibility, it protects productivity, and it protects the brand. Ultimately, enforcing political correctness is not just about avoiding risk, it is about protecting the company's reputation and integrity of the company.
Based on our arguments, we think that you should take the following action, and we highly recommend implementing a company-wide professional conduct and political neutrality policy. Again, this isn't about controlling what employees believe. It's about protecting those who work at CVS Health, the brand, shareholder value, and long-term growth. Political correctness in the workplace is not censorship, it's leadership.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lynch. My name is Konomi Hamada. I'm here to present the conside of this argument. Thank you for meeting us today. Imagine working in a place where every word you speak has to go through a corporate filter. Every Christmas decoration, casual word, or show of personal belief might get you in trouble. Professionalism is crucial, but if you enforce strict regulations about political correctness, you can end up with a culture of fear instead of one working together. As described in the scenario, Bobby, one of our field managers, has referred to women as broad, openly discussed political views, and displayed a Christmas tree in his office during the holidays. CBS is considering implementing a political correctness clause that would prohibit references to politics, religion, holidays, and other personal views while in the office, along with creating a list of acceptable and unacceptable terms. The main issue here is whether requiring political correctness protect workers or crosses into censorship and restrict individual freedom in the workplace. We would like to present the following definition. Political correctness means language, behavior, and attitude that are carefully chosen so that they do not offend or insult anyone. The framework for this decision should be protection of free expression, maintaining professionalism without over-regulation, avoiding policies that create legal or cultural backlash, and preserving workplace moral and authenticity. We negate the resolution that political correctness should be required in the workplace. The course of action we suggest and will support is to enforce existing harassment and discrimination policies, address clearly inappropriate conduct such as individually, and avoid implementing broad censorship policies, banning politics, holidays, or religion. So our first argument is that mandating political correctness borders on censorship and may infringe on employees' rights to lawful free expression. The evidence to support this is that the Society for Human Resource Management advises employers to avoid blanket bans on political speech because such bans can lower morale, create employee distrust, and lead to discrimination claims if policies are unevenly enforced. This matters because if CBS has a broad policy of political correctness, it could accidentally break federal labor laws and open the corporation up to lawsuits. Also, adopting an imprecise list of acceptable and inappropriate language could lead to inconsistencies, distrust among employees, and claims of arbitrary punishment. Such a regulation could make people afraid, angry, and less motivated instead of encouraging respect. And our second argument is that strict political correctness policies can damage morale by making employees feel monitored and silenced. The evidence to support this is that research shows that workplaces lacking psychological safety experience lower engagement, reduced innovation, and higher turnover. Gallup research consistently finds that employees who feel heard and respected at work are more productive, more engaged, and less likely to leave. When employees feel silenced or overly restricted, engagement drops significantly, which affects performance and company profitability. This matters because employee morale directly affects productivity, retention, and company culture. If CBS implements a strict political correctness clause that makes employees feel watched or silenced, it could reduce psychological safety and engagement. Instead of encouraging respect, it may create anxiety and resentment. Policies that suppress open expression risk, weakening collaboration and overall performance. Based on our argument, we think you should take the following action: keep enforcing rules against harassment and discrimination. Next, you promote courteous conversation instead of suppressing all forms of conversation. Making political correctness a rule could lead to censorship, lower moral, and legal problems. Professionalism should be upheld, but not at the expense of free and polite communication.
I have a question for you, Konomi. If there are no clear boundaries on workplace language and behavior, how do you ensure all employees feel respected and included?
You ensure employees feel respected and included by making your company's values and principles clear, even if there are not explicit rules in place. Open communication, regular feedback, and training on how to be polite would help to make clear what is and isn't appropriate. Also, it's important to deal with problems quickly and fairly so that workers know that their concerns will be treated seriously.
I have a question to Konomi. If not requiring political correctness can also lead to higher turnover and lower morale, how does that benefit the company's performance and reputation?
It generally doesn't benefit the company. Higher turnover and lower morale usually reduce productivity and weaken team cohesion. A workplace that doesn't value respectful communication can also hurt the company's reputation, making it harder to find good employees and consumers. So I have a question to the ProSci team. How well can CBS Health balance freedom of expression in the workplace with its legal responsibility to stop harassment and avoid expensive lawsuits?
CVS Health can balance freedom of expression and legal responsibility by setting clear boundaries around where and how expression happens, not by eliminating it completely. Employees are still free to hold personal beliefs, but the workplace should prioritize professionalism and respect because it's a shared environment, not a private space. Without those boundaries, expression can easily cross into behavior that creates discomfort or even legal risk, like in Bobby's case. By having a political correctness policy, CVS creates consistency, protects employees from harm, and reduces the chance of lawsuits, while still allowing people to express themselves appropriately.
I would like to also add to Kosi's answer. CVS can balance both by allowing personal beliefs while setting expectations for professional behavior. Employees are free to have opinions, but not to express them in ways that create discomfort in a work environment. These boundaries ensure respect and inclusion while also protecting the company from legal risk.
That's all for our debate, Mr. Lynch. We hope that you may make the best decision for the company.